I'm going to test for volleyball because they put in my stats for one game and at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah,
not accurate. Yeah, I see that.
I mean, look at this. 2 games played, 2 games played. That's this
they played 6,
right.
3 and 3?
This isn't right.
Get to the box at the same time.
All right, cool.
So you're not going to be like ahead of everybody. It's all you at the same time.
What's he complaining about?
2 minutes.
What is he complaining about?
He's saying that he thinks he's going to be stressed out from trying to clean all this up, then have to go and do game clock. And I'm just trying to calm him down and say.
It's going to be 2 hours.
No way. Aiden's okay.
What'd you say?
Berg.
Aiden Bueno.
Berg.
5'8", 240-pound lineman.
Who's doing the golf one with me?
Pasquale, Peterson, and Will Meyer. Dan Meyer might take his spot. So it might be all golf guys.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
If we can get all golf guys, we're going to do that.
Yeah, that'd be
1 minute. 1 minute.
All right, let's go, boys. It's game day. Damn, this thing is kind of. Right here. Yeah, I think just the schedule.
And welcome to High School Game Day Live, Homecoming Edition. It's time for some Week 7 action between Duns and the DePaul Prep Rams. Welcome into our panel. We're going to get to spend the next 70 minutes with. It's Danny Berg alongside Caden Frawley. To my right is Gabe Holoka, and to my far left is a newcomer, Andrew Dobeck, welcoming into his first game day.
That would be correct.
That would be correct. It is his first game day. And what better to do it than on Homecoming 2022, Senior Night 2022. And it's going to be a good one. I got a good feeling about what we're going to see tonight. Both teams have a little bit of a stick up their butt right now because they both lost last week. Both the teams that they probably should have beat. Yeah. The Dons should have beat Bennett last week. Fell 21-14, and then the Rams lost to Hope Academy last week, 35-28. So both of them really have something to prove this week if they want to get back in the win column.
Yeah, both coming off losing games, like Danny said. Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup. DePaul 3-3, and the Dons are 4-2. Pretty evenly matched, even though ND might not be where they want to be with that loss last week. I do think that it's going to be a solid matchup, but Indy's still going to come out ahead. I mean, what else can I say, right?
I mean, when you're ranked,
homecoming week.
I mean, when you're ranked like top 30 in the state, and you're going up against a team that's like ranked 130 or whatever. I don't know where they're ranked exactly right now. I do have high expectations for the Dons this game. Coming off a loss from Bennett, they definitely have. They definitely lit a fire under their butts. They definitely have something that they want to play for. And they're going to come out strong today, especially with the crowd getting in it. Homecoming day.
Oh, yeah.
Senior night as well. The stadium's going to be rocking today, and I think the Dons have the advantage today.
I think the Dons are definitely looking for a win. I think last week a lot of people walked into Legends Field having a strong feeling about the Dons winning, but unfortunately the Dons took a loss, like Danny said, with a score of 21-14. So I think the Dons are really out tonight to prove something on senior night, on homecoming game, and I think we'll see some strong performance tonight by the Dons.
I think it's important to note, too, the Dons did fall out of the Super 25 this week, but there's no doubt in anybody's minds that are local reporters or that do rankings that the Dons can very easily get back into that Super 25 at some point in the season, and they are still ranked in the AP poll. They did come in at number 9 this week. in Class 6A from the Associated Press. So there's that. But there's also that aspect of the level of competition that these two teams have played. The Dons are in the second toughest division in this merged conference.
Yes.
The blue division's at the top, and then there's the Dons green division right underneath them. DePaul's division is the bottom.
Yeah.
Last year they had 3 teams. It was DePaul, Leo, and Marion Central. Marion Central left. They formed their own conference. I think that conference actually starts next school year. They're an independent right now, I believe. So it's just those two that are battling each other for conference rights. And, looking at DePaul's record this year and who they've played, it's not that impressive. They lost to St. Lawrence. They lost to Hope, which is, I believe that's a prep school. They lost to St. Viator. They were blown out by St. Viator. 2 of their wins were against CPS teams. And as we all know, CPS football is not the greatest except for the top tier. And then they beat Leo by 2 points. Mm-hmm. So it hasn't been the greatest body of work for the Rams this year.
Yeah, and if we want to see ND come back into the top 25 in most rankings, we're just going to need to see a big win. And I think that relies on score differential or point differential. Like I said, both of these teams having pretty almost even records. It's all just going to come down if ND can score a lot and keep DePaul to little to none points. Little to 0 points, I should say. Sorry. That'll make a big difference in their rankings.
No, definitely. And, going back to what Danny was saying, who they've been playing. When they played Viator, they lost 42-21. They played a close game. First 3 quarters were tied 21-21, and then they let up 3 touchdowns. They gave up 21 points in that fourth quarter to lose that game by 21. But when we faced St. Viator at home or on the road, we beat them 33-7. And I think that really shows the difference between the two teams. I think it shows the difference in strengths and where each team will stand by the end of the year.
I think a big thing going off of what Caden said is going to be defense. Is that tonight, ND is going to really have to hold DePaul to very few, if any, touchdowns let through to the end zone. And I think that offense is just going to have to blow up and just start scoring as much as they can. Take advantage of every opportunity they get when they are near the red zone, just to put up as many points as they can up against DePaul.
I remember at the start of the season talking to some of the football players, especially right before the season had begun. The seniors were worried about that defensive secondary. It was very young and inexperienced at the start of the year. Last year's defensive secondary was really good. You had Jaleel Johnson. You had Nate Garnhart, Jack Doherty. You had all those guys back there that were experienced and had a lot of time on the varsity level, and they were really good. Now you have a lot of turnover, and a lot of those really good seniors were front 7 guys. Mm-hmm. And I think last week we started to see that defensive secondary fall apart a little bit, especially in the second quarter, giving up 2 passing touchdowns. And then there was that one really big play in the start of the fourth quarter. It was a touchdown from Hepler to Pierce Walsh. Excuse me. That was the edge that Bennett needed to win the game. So Caden, I'll start this with you. What does the defensive secondary tonight need to do to stop Fernando Rodriguez?
That's a great question. Anybody else want to take this one? Does anybody have any burning thoughts? Because if I'm being honest, it's a tough question because ND's defense it's an odd question, I'll say, because ND's defense can't just rely on guarding one person like that. They have to think about every other person. Even though there may be one standout receiver, one standout running back, it's kind of like that doesn't matter. You got to make sure you cover him and the rest of the receivers.
Effort.
Yeah, exactly. So it can't really just be one person. But if they do have to rely on one person, I guess that's just wear him out. Try to push him as much as you can early in the game so that he doesn't have as much energy in the rest of the game. But like I said, I'm torn on that question, Dan.
I think in practice it was probably something that they really hit home on was defending the pass and probably those big chunk plays of 10, 15 yards plus, trying to defend that. And Fernando Rodriguez has a good arm. As just a sophomore, standing at 5'9", he's got a pretty decent arm, and he can run a little bit too. So it'll be interesting to see this dual threat action from a guy that really hasn't seen the likes of what the Don's front 7 is going to be bringing him tonight, because I'm telling you, looking at the teams that the Rams have played, I don't think anything stacks up to, Gabe, what we're going to see from the Don's front 7 today.
No, I really, just who they've played and how they've gone through their season, being 3-3 against the teams they face. And when we go up against, St. Pat's, St. Viator, and we go out there and we beat them, I think that really, as I said before, it really shows a difference in strength between the two teams. What I will say about last week was the turnovers. There was a lot of turnovers, a couple of interceptions that were made, and I think that's what really put the Dons behind Bennett was those turnovers. And I think that, if we can control the turnover game, we make sure we don't let up any, keep control of the ball, just drive down and wear down the defense, we're going to be able to put up points, and I really trust our defense to stop DePaul today.
Yeah, and going off what he said, with turnovers, you mentioned the flags at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Indy had a chance at the end of the Bennett game. It was, were they down one score, one touchdown?
Game.
And they had the ball with 2 minutes left. Like, it's not a lot of time, but it's enough to get the job done.
Definitely.
And they still had timeouts. And they, we saw 3 flags back to back, I think, or maybe it was 2. But either way, it pushed them about 30 yards back, and they had no choice at that. They had nothing they could do. It's almost like they sealed their own fate by doing that. So with turnovers, they also have to limit flags in crucial situations.
Definitely.
And so, kind of going off what Caden said a minute ago, I wanted to highlight this as well. Is like our defense is gonna have to focus as a whole, not particular like Caden said, blocking one particular person. I think that and limiting the turnovers in the game is going to be crucial to our success today.
And I think too that the DePaul Prep offensive line is going to have their hands full.
Oh yeah.
They really haven't faced a pass rush like they are tonight. I know St. Lawrence has a pretty decent pass rush. Leo always has 1 or 2 guys that are standouts on that defensive line. They, excuse me, they're not really a decent football school anymore, but there's always at least 1 or 2 really good pass rushers on that team.
Mm-hmm.
But there's 5, 6, 7 guys on this Don's front of that front 7, and probably guys we're not even thinking of right now that are going to give the offensive line headaches. Gabe, you want to take that?
Yeah, so like you said, the D line that the Dons have built, I mean, they're just big guys. Like I look at them, I'm like, geez, these guys are monsters. Like I'm intimidated just seeing them. And like I'm not, I think that, as you said, like going up against Leo, they have a decent pass rush, right? And they have seen a little bit before, but this is a different level. And I think that it's a different level of intimidation that they're going to be able to face, and a different level of talent that they're going to face today going up against the Dons defense. And I think that we're going to see a lot of pressure put on the QB today, and I think that I really think that the Dons are going to be able to shut them down today.
I think that's going to be the biggest aspect of today's game is that Don's defense is going to give DePaul a run for their money. I think they're going to start to wear down, and they're going to start to struggle, especially later on in the game.
And Dobak, I'll let you take this one. The injury to Ricky Russ last week proved pretty big. I don't think we had any updates on him this week. I know he was on crutches at the end of the game last week, but I have not seen him on crutches this week. So I'm going to assume he's a game-time decision. Should he not play?
Sorry, just adding to that. Seeing him around the hallways, he does have some tape on his ankle, which is expected, but yeah, it's still probably a game-time decision.
So now, since it's a game-time decision, and we'll probably see some of Ryan Losick at center tonight, how does that kind of change the game plan for what the Dons are going to do? Because we saw a lot of errant snaps last week.
We did, and it's going to be interesting to see if Ricky doesn't start, how Ryan Losick's performance is going to affect the overall outcome of the game. We did see some of those errant snaps, as Danny said, so I think that's another key is we're going to have to try and limit those bad snaps, because that's going to set the Dons back just even more in this game. And once again, it's going to limit their opportunities to get closer and closer to that red zone and put up more points offensively tonight.
Yeah, I think that, in practice, I think that they've definitely gone over with that with him, expecting, Ricky to be out, maybe for the next game. I think they definitely worked with Ryan to help with that, to help him, improve with that, and it's a process, and I think that during practices they definitely worked with him. And I think that they're going to I really don't think we're not going to see many of those errant snaps that we saw last week. I really don't think so. I mean, it happens. But I really think that them working with him with that, I don't think we're going to be able to see that a lot.
Yeah, and like you said, I just lost my train of thought. That's so annoying.
That's okay.
If I can,
before we make
okay. Sorry, I found it. Can I?
Go
Is
ahead.
it okay if I go on? So I honestly think what Gabe's saying is completely true. I don't think it's going to matter. I think it was in the middle of the game last week, and that's where it kind of went wrong, is that there was no time to really practice or work on anything.
Right.
That's where it went wrong. But now that there's been a week under their belts to get ready for this game, they've had the time. They've had to get all the kinks out. He knows what he's doing now. No matter who's going in at center, there's going to be no bad snaps, nothing gone wrong. They know what to do now. I think it was just because it was so last minute last game in the middle of
it was a middle of a close game.
Yeah,
you just feel the pressure of it
exactly,
a little bit. Yeah, definitely.
It's a completely different situation this week compared to last week. So
before we make our first transition, we want to thank our sponsor, Bear Family Restaurants, the McDonald's, for providing awesome food for us yesterday during Donald Olympics and being great sponsors for us all together throughout the years. Scheduled for events today. Coming up next is a couple of our soccer dons who just won themselves a share of the ESCC Championship and will be trying to win that outright tomorrow. We also have a preview of one of the big rivalries in girls volleyball next week that we're going to get to cover. We have some of our crew here that's going to be calling the game that'll be doing it with the two of us. We've also got some golf coming up that this guy can't wait for. And then we got a little bit more at the end, but we're going to make our first transition and welcome in our soccer dons. And welcome back. We got some of our soccer captains here with us. To my direct right is Jack Plovanich, and then all the way over there is Daniel Dino. It's Dan's second time here. You were here with us last year when we did this segment, but it's Jack's Jack's first time. So a little nerves doing this.
Nope.
No nerves.
No.
Did you teach him up well, Dan?
What?
Did you teach him up well how to handle the pressure of this?
I don't feel any pressure.
No.
Oh, nice. I love the confidence.
So, guys, first things first. You lost 14 seniors last year and 2 guys going overseas. You're playing with 6 seniors now. What's it been like with that kind of change now going into your senior season?
I mean, even starting in the summer, we weren't really sure how we were going to be. I mean, even me and a couple of the captains now, like Dino, Luca, I mean, we were kind of thinking, I don't know how the season's going to go. We'll play our best, but we really had no expectations, and we had the toughest schedule we've had, I think, in probably Notre Dame history. I mean, we get Whitney Young, Loyola, and we played Stagg, Bennett, Pats. I mean, that's a stacked schedule against a team that just lost, like you said, 14 players and then 2 players overseas. So, but then that first game against Loyola, even though we lost, we saw a lot of positives of what we could be. Started out the season a little shaky, but we got hot. 9-win streak. Hoping to beat Bennett and take home the unanimous conference title, not just a piece of it.
Nice.
Yeah, like Jack said, it was a pretty rough start, but now we're adjusting. The sophomores, because we have a lot of sophomores starting for us, a lot of juniors starting for us. They've really adjusted to how varsity is, and that although that took some time, now they're doing really well, and that's why we're unbeaten for 9 games.
That's good. So I like you guys said, there's a lot of sophomores coming up, and with this being your guys' senior season, you guys are, looking out for college and everything. How are you guys? What is the future for the soccer dons? How do you guys see the future for them?
Future looks pretty bright. I mean, all sophomores and all juniors, they're going to be really good next year. We also have a junior, is Angel Garcia, who's going to be a really big piece for us this year, but unfortunately he injured his knee. But he'll be with them next year, and I think he's going to be big for them, and they're going to do really well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with Dino. I mean, like a lot of the sophomores, I think 11 sophomores on the team, 11, 12 sophomores.
Wow.
And the freshman class, I mean, they have one loss on the season. They just finished their best freshman season in school history. They won conference themselves. So that freshman, sophomore class, and then like Dino said, Angel was out, tore his meniscus. I mean, he's going to come back. He's going to play every minute of every game. I mean, he's a star player. You got Max, Ryan Shanahan, future captains. A lot of people don't know Kian, who's a keeper. Luca starts, but Kian's back there too. He's a top keeper, so they're in great hands.
So, you guys had said that you went into the season not really knowing what to expect. Looking back on those expectations now, what you guys had thought now, what would you tell yourselves, your past selves from August, sitting here now, getting yourselves a share of the conference championship, what would you guys tell yourselves from 2 months ago?
I mean, from 2 months ago, I felt like we didn't really have a lot of faith, so I would have just told them, have faith. Like, I always tried to be positive, always tried to give it my hardest, but I'm going to be honest, our expectations weren't as high as they were last year. Last year our goal was conference title, state championship, and then I feel like with this upcoming season, our expectations were lowered, but now as the season's progressed, there's no reason that we should have lowered them at all. We have a truly talented team, so I would just tell myself from that long ago just to have faith and trust the process.
Yeah, I would say the same, to believe and to have faith that we're going to do well. Like, we did not expect to win conference at this season, but, we were able to pull it off, and you saw that with that belief that we were able to win.
So you guys definitely are a very resilient team, and I think, with the leadership from coaches and I think from players like you guys, right, I think that's definitely helped, with the younger, players with that. I'm looking on the schedule here, and I'm seeing that you guys have won, 8 of your last 9 games or something. You guys are on fire. What do you guys think is the key for what you guys have done these past few games? Because as you guys said, you guys – the expectations weren't there at the beginning of the season, but now you guys are seeing this. What do you think is the key, and what are you guys' thoughts about this winning streak you guys are on?
Like we said before, I think one of the major parts was the sophomores.
Dino, move the mic closer.
Oh, sorry.
One of the major parts was the sophomores and juniors really adjusting to the high level of varsity. But I also think that a big turnaround moment for us was against when we played Spear and we got beat 5-1. We knew we had to change how we played and how to play tougher. And after that, we just started playing really well, and we're still playing really well, and we hope to continue that.
Yeah, I would agree. That was a huge turning point in the season. I mean, it was 2-1 at half. We were going into the game we can come back. But I mean, even going into the half, we just lost the energy, fell apart, ended up losing 5-1. And at that point, I remember after that game, I had asked the team, you got to really question yourselves every time you're out there. How bad do you really want it? And I think I've asked them that a couple times. Every time we've been down or things aren't going our way, I think they've really responded to when I've told them that, and asked them to ask themselves, do you really want to win? How bad do you want to be here? Because you got to work for it. Everybody's counting us out. Nobody thought we could win conference. We're playing a tough schedule. No one thought we could be this successful. So just that mentality and that drive to win. Every second half, especially, they've really come out and gave it their all. Last game, 0-0 half at Carmel, weren't playing our best, and I asked them how bad do you really want it? You got this conference title so close to you, and all you got to do, you got 40 minutes. You just got to give it your all, and they really respond well. Ended up winning 4-0, and I think that game especially is a testament to how this second half of the season's been going.
So speaking of Spear, and I was going to ask you guys this, Spear is number 1 in the sectional. You guys are number 2. This sets up a date for a rematch in a couple weeks. What's your plan for beating them this time?
Personally, I think we just got to take it one game at a time. We got to get there first. We got to get to that game first. And there are still, even though we're the 2 seed, those seeds 3 through even 8 and 9, those are quality teams. So I think we just got to take it one game at a time, take nothing for granted. And when we get there, we're going to give them a hell of a game.
Yeah, right now we're just focused on Bennett tomorrow, hoping to secure that place as the sole champions. I mean, it's okay to share, but we want it for ourselves. But yeah, we don't face Spear unless we make it through those first few playoff games. So we have to get to those first. And when we play Spear, we were a different team the first time we played them. We're much more organized now. We possess the ball much better now. We scored a lot more now. And I think we're going to give them a real fight when we actually go against them.
Gabe, your last question?
Honestly, I really don't have much right now.
All right, well then I guess I'll go. So you have a huge game tomorrow with Bennett. Give the fans a message for what to expect for the game.
I mean, honestly, like I said, this whole season really been the same story. Everybody's counting us out. You know, I'm sure every coach has been sending Bennett film. Nobody really wants us to win. Nobody thought we could. So we're coming for that unanimous title, and I'd expect a win.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good answer.
All right, before we let you guys go, final thoughts you want to give to the audience? Anything, about anything.
Roll Dons.
Roll Dons. All right.
Come out and support us this Saturday. Even though I know it's a morning game, I wish we could get a big student section out there. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Game starts at high noon tomorrow between the Dons and the Red Wings of Bennett Academy. Thank you both for taking time out of your Friday afternoon to hang out with us and talk a little bit of soccer.
Yep, thank you, guys.
So we're going to transition into our next segment. We're going to welcome in our friends from Talcott and Oriole, and we're going to talk a little bit about a rivalry happening next week. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back. I've got our next group. I've got Peyton Marcus over to my right. To Caden's left is Tara Gillespie. You might remember her from last week. But this is your crew for a huge game next week between a couple volleyball teams that don't like each other.
Yeah, no, Danny, it's going to be great. We have Res Regina, the biggest rivalry, I would say, in girls volleyball. Wouldn't you agree?
I would say on the Northwest side in general.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think that's our biggest competition every year. Every sport we play, it's always the Res Regina game. We're looking forward to it. And it's going to be a big one. It's going to be tough competition.
It's been a long time coming since the game found itself on the northwest side of Chicago with a lot of fans in attendance. I think the last time was 2019, back when we were freshmen, and Caden was still in 8th grade.
Way to point me out like that.
Yep. But last year's game, it kind of felt like the rivalry was back.
Yeah, I agree. I think with COVID, things got a little misplayed here and there, and I think things got a little bit disappointed when we couldn't go to the Res Regina games. And I think this year, now that we're seniors, I think the seniors are going to come ready to play, and I know they got some vengeance.
So as a volleyball player myself, sorry, that's kind of far from my face. As I was saying, as a volleyball player myself, what are the keys you guys think you're going to need to win?
I think we're 100% going to need our outside hitters to come into play, as well as defense, and working just right up on that net. Regina has a few very tall girls on their team, so I believe that if they're tipping those balls over, then Rez's defense right up against the net is going to be
crucial. Yeah.
Maya Kozak is going to be a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
She is going to be a problem.
Yes. What do you think, Tara?
I mean, I think we have Grace Dorgan and Mia Meyer, who are definitely keys to our team. And I think that I think this is the first time in a while that Regina actually has the better record. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, Res does have a tough record this year. Though they did win last night, they are now 4-20.
Win streak.
Yes, but Regina definitely has a better record this year, which is tough. But I think that at the end of the day, I might be biased, but I think Res will be able to come through and pull a victory out. But who knows? I think the competition's going to be very tough.
Yeah, the Panthers are coming in 9-13 into action this weekend. Just pulled out a nice win against Woodlands a couple days ago. Excuse me. And had their senior night a couple days ago. Very nice. I did get to see some of that. So break down Maggie Ward for me. She's kind of been the big name on this roster this year. When I've been watching film, I'm always seeing her name pop up. You guys have been to a lot of those games. Break her down.
I would say, yeah, Maggie Ward, she's one of the best seniors on the team. She really knows how to play the game and honestly understands all aspects of every angle of the court. I really think that it's big for her, no matter where she is on the court, to come through and play the game and really show up against Regina.
And I think if you have anyone on that team who you want to serve the ball, it is Maggie Ward.
Yeah, 100%. She is most likely going to give you all your aces and all your hard downward serves.
So I think one of the burning questions for most of the students over at Res, what's the theme going to be? Or is that not allowed yet?
Oh,
is it
no.
not
We're basically repping the theme. It is pink out. Yeah, there was some tension with that last year, so I'm just going to say that now. We are pink. Regina needs to find their own theme this year.
Yeah, what happened last year? It was like we were pink, but then we switched it to white because
so we were supposed to be a pink out, and then since the game was at Regina last year, for those who don't know, the game switches back and forth from who's going to be home and who's not. So this year it's at Res, but last year Regina stole the pink out theme, so we had to be white out. So I think coming in pink out, we all got our pink hair extensions today in. So I think it's going to be a great theme. Obviously, really good cause why we're all doing pink out. I think there's a lot more. We did get, we have special T-shirts that are made. So those I'll keep on the DL. But
You're snagging some for us, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Better, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So another thing, too, you guys brought up Mia Meyer. I kept seeing her a lot in film study, too. I really like her at the front of the net. I see a lot of times she's knocking balls back, going up for a kill, and she's throw the hands up, smack it back down. Who else kind of stands out to you on that front line?
I would 100% say Grace Dorgan. Grace is one of my good friends, and you don't really expect somebody to be taller than you when you're a senior, and Grace Dorgan is taller than me and can get up over that net anytime and doesn't have any issues. So I think that's also key. I would also say Riley Martin. She's not on the front line, but she's libero, and
she's very good at her spot. Kaden knows a thing or two about that.
Are you a libero?
I am.
Oh, look at you. She's going to be a key player also as well, because without having a good libero, you're not going to have a lot of good offenses, right? I think you'd agree with me there.
One of the common sayings in sports is defense wins championships. So, that's the whole point of the libero. Don't get to do anything else except stand there, pass. That's it.
Yeah, see, I didn't get to have that fun when I was I played volleyball. I was an outside hitter, so I take it for what it's worth, but my libero was always working hard, so I think that'll be a key aspect as well, just to make sure that the defense is on point.
And I think you were talking about Riley and Grace, and both of those players, too, are just so confident, and I think that's a big aspect in this game, especially this game because it's a rivalry. You need that confidence in a team.
Yeah, 100%. A team isn't going to do good if they don't have confidence, so I think that both teams need to come with confidence, and both teams need to realize that if they don't have the confidence, then the other team's going to take that as an advantage and play the game.
So, doing some research back, this has been a rivalry that's kind of been split down the middle. Res has won the last 3. Is that going to continue?
Oh, 100%. Again,
is that biased or unbiased?
Oh, I believe that is unbiased. No, I think that I think Res had a rough start, I won't lie. I think that just coming together now, I think this is a good time for them to finally get together as a team and realize, hey, we want to win, we want to do these things. So I think that if they are ready to bring their A game, I think that Res could pull out a victory, but I'm not going to say that Regina can't. I think Regina also has a very competitive game that they like to play, and I think that if they also bring their A game, it's going to be a tough game, 100%. It's not going to be something you want to miss.
It's going to be a fun game, too. Like you were saying, it was at Regina last year, and this year's going to be at Res. And I think that, taking bias out of it, Res is just so much, of a better – it's kind of like Notre Dame to Pats. It's because it's bigger, it's so much of a better atmosphere.
Yeah, I agree. And, last year we didn't get to go to the game because of COVID, so I think that was a real downfall. But I think that now that this year it's back at our home stadium, we're finally over this COVID stuff. I think we're ready to – the gym's ready to be packed, I can tell you that much, with all the pink.
Danny, how much time do we have left?
2 minutes.
I think it's time for score predictions.
Go for it.
What do you think?
I'm staying out of it. I will stay out of it.
Why, you don't know enough about this?
No, I'm on both
Danny.
sides.
We have finally beat Danny in some way.
What? I'm on both sides now.
You can't be on both sides. You can't be on both sides when you're interviewing with two Reds girls. I mean, you're not going and broadcasting the game with Regina, Danny.
I love my cast.
No, so I'll say I do think it's going to be like the football game tonight. Pretty solid. Two solid teams, pretty even matchup. I'll go Rez. Of course, in 25-17 first set, then 25-22 second set. That's my prediction.
I would say it's going to be closer than that, like 25-23.
I'm going to go with Rez in 2. I'm going to go first set. I'm going to go with 25-22. And second set, I'm going to go 25-23. Something along those lines. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than we're both expecting here, Kaden.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I still think it's going to be a good game.
All right, before we let you guys go, final thoughts you want to get to our audience?
Make sure you tune in, and if you are attending the game, remember it's pink out.
Be there.
Be there.
All right, we're going to transition into our golf segments. We got 3 golfers, maybe 4 if we can track them down. We'll be back in just a second.
All right, guys, we are back with the Golf Dons. Danny has abandoned us. We got Dobek down on the other end. He said he's got a couple questions for his own teammates here. Dobek, if you want to do it all, I'm just kind of here to fill in a missing member. So if you want to introduce your team, this is you.
All right, so obviously, as Kaden said, I'm Andrew Dobek, 2-year member of the golf team. I am joined by our captains of our varsity golf team this year, Luke Peterson and CJ Pasquale. Welcome aboard to Game Day.
Thank you to have me.
Oh, anytime. So let's start off with a couple questions here. What is one of your favorite golf memories? It could be from this past season, or it could be from freshman season, or whenever. CJ, I'll let you take it away.
I don't know. There's a lot. I gotta say, sophomore year JV, we played at Poplar Creek, and wasn't the best day for the Dons, but we left bopping a J. Cole. We were the loudest team leaving there. That was fun.
Luke?
I got to say our trip down to the Den.
That's a good one.
To see Dobek have his first sleepover. It was amazing. I had a lot of fun.
You know what? I'm going to second Luke's statement. My trip to the Den this past September was probably my favorite out of all the trips we did.
Excited.
You
looked really excited.
It was a fun course, and I really had a great time down there. So to kind of build off of that question, what is your favorite course that you've gotten to play with the team over your 4 years, and what is one course that you wish to play someday, like a bucket list course?
Wow.
That's a good question.
Favorite course we played on the golf team? Well, it's got to be this year's Chevy Chase. I mean, I shot a 5 over 77, so I must have liked it. Course I'd wish to play, probably Erin Hills in Wisconsin. It's a legendary course.
My favorite course is probably Royal Melbourne.
Oh,
that was
no, not that course.
But I probably want to play St. Andrews.
The old course?
The old course, yeah.
Hey.
That'd be fun.
I think my favorite course was probably the Den. Great layout. It was challenging, but also fun at the same time. And then a course that I wish to play someday has got to be TPC Deer Run. It's not far away from here. Awesome course, not that expensive.
Great answer.
I love watching the John Deere Classic every week.
Is that valid, Dobek?
Definitely. So moving on to the next question. Who would you guys say is the slowest golfer on our team?
I love this. I'm just sitting back and listening.
The
This is
slowest
great.
golfer on the team. Well, as you guys know, golf is like a pretty boring sport, especially when you play it like really slow, especially when you play with Ryan Surs in particular. Ryan Surs and Matthew Halupka played a 2.5 hour long 9-hole match this year at Willow Hill. That not cool, man.
I'm just gonna have to say Matthew Halupka.
I'm going to have to go on the bandwagon and say Ryan Surs. At the Den, his group was in front of my group, and there was like a 2-hole gap between the group in front of them. So
Embarrassing.
So Ryan fully takes the blame for that one. Here's the next good question. Who would you guys say is the most inconsistent golfer on the team?
The most inconsistent golfer. Wow. I mean, I'm in the running for that one.
We could all make an argument.
I'd say, gotta say Zach Spiewak. It's gotta be Zach Spiewak. Zach Spiewak had a pretty good 3 days in a row, shooting 39, 39, 41, just to back it up with another like 50, 52 the next 2 days. So I'd say that's a pretty inconsistent showing.
I'm going to have to second your statement. Him going 39, 40, 41, then the next day coming out there with a nice 47 right on the scorecard.
There we go.
Luke, you got a take on that? Or?
Zach Spiewak.
Well, this moving on to golf equipment. What is your favorite brand of golf clubs and why?
I'm gonna say Callaway.
Callaway?
I've got to second that.
It's cool. It looks cool.
I got a third that.
You got a third that?
I love love my Callaway driver.
It's nice to get a tailor-made set of woods, though. The new Stealth. Oh, baby.
Well, we have to try that out someday. Kind of building off of golf equipment. What is your favorite golf ball to use?
My favorite golf ball? Man.
I just use whatever's in the bag. Whatever we find on the course, that's what we use.
My favorite golf ball is the signature Tommy McKenna Titleist 69.
That's a good answer. I am a standby, and I typically rock with the Kirkland signature golf balls.
Kirkland.
Nothing wrong with the Kirklands. $24 for 2 dozen, and if you lose them, it's $1 a ball.
It's a Titleist golf ball. Right there. The signature Dobek Kirkland.
Only guy who plays a Kirkland, but we love it.
So, then moving on to the next question. Who would you guys say is the funniest golfer on the team, and who brings the most team spirit and energy every day to practice?
That's Daniel Meyer.
That's Dan Meyer.
Dan Meyer.
100%.
He should be here right now, but
Dan, where are you?
He's the life of the team, bro.
Yeah. I shouldn't be here. Dan should be in my spot right now, but I don't know where he is.
Caden's just here.
I know, that's what I said. I let Dobek take it away. I'm just listening to you guys. This is awesome. I love it.
We've got a couple minutes remaining here, and I only have one more question for you guys.
One more.
Caden, you can kind of jump in on this one as well. A lot of people out there don't consider golf to be a sport. What are your thoughts on this? Caden, if you want to take this one away first.
I think it depends on what you're talking about, because it is definitely one of the hardest things to do in your life.
He didn't say sport.
Well, that's what I'm going to say, because that's what I'm saying, because if you look at it in terms of, like, physicality and, just, like, being, like, super buff, like a football player type build, like, you don't necessarily need that to be a golfer, but, like, trying to hit a golf ball, like, pure is so hard, because I do a bit of golf myself, so... That's just my take. I agree
with that. I don't really think golf is that much of a sport, but it's a fun time.
I think golf is, as they always say out there, golf is 90% mental, 10% physical. That
exactly,
Dobek with the stats. Coming in with the stats.
Got it locked in.
What's your mental mindset on the golf course?
My mental mindset on the golf course is something actually Sam Scully told me before we played the Den. Play for bogey. Like, if you have a bad hole, just try and save bogey at the worst. And that's what I did when I was out at the Den, and that proved a decent round for me. So what I've learned, one thing the golf team has definitely taught me personally, is don't get frustrated when you hit a bad shot. Bad shots will happen. We all have experience with that. And it's just about how you guys can recover. That's really all it is.
That's a good way to put it, Dobek.
Guys, I mean, we still have 3 minutes if you guys want to just talk. We're done at 5, and it's 4:57, so... Yeah.
Went a little short on.
I was waiting for a question about the how about the LIV? Thought you were gonna ask something about the LIV.
I guess we could stem into that. LIV or PGA?
You know our answer. Come on.
They're both fun to watch.
I give you that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you gotta stick with tradition and go with the PGA.
Yeah.
Are you done? Sorry.
I just thought of another one off the top of my head. Your favorite golfer of all time?
John Daly.
John Daly. That's
John
a good
Daly.
one. It's gotta be, for me, it's gotta be Phil Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson?
Yeah, okay,
John
come on.
Daly's mindset. It's a champion mindset.
My favorite all time, got to go Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer. Is that just because of the drink? You like the tea?
Half the drink, half his game.
This is so funny.
I guess we could talk about the drink Arnold Palmer. Who drinks the most Arnold Palmer?
Before we do that, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What is your guys' best score ever in any game you've ever played? Your best score.
My best score.
Okay.
Are we
Like
talking
9 holes?
9 holes, 18?
What do you guys usually play? 18?
Played 9-hole
holes,
matches, 18-hole tournaments.
Then probably go in 9 holes. So like just a
9-hole
regular
match.
match, nothing, no weird tournament or anything.
My best round, I think, was a 32 at Willow Hill. Hey.
I think I had a 40 at Willow Hill. Was my lowest.
Nice.
My best was a 36.
Oh,
at
nice.
Willow Hill, yeah.
Nice.
My best, if you want to stem into best 18 hole, my best over the summer was at 84 up in Wisconsin at the Coldwater Canyon this past summer.
Yes.
Right on it, Dolbeck. Breaking 90. That's how we like to see it.
Luke, your best 18?
Probably 75.
75
at Parker Ridge.
Ooh,
Sounds nice. All right, I think we are just about out of time. Like to thank the Golf Dons for coming out today.
Thanks for having us.
Hope to see you guys
Great
at the
having you
football
guys
game
on.
later.
Amazing.
Great having you guys on,
did a
gentlemen.
Great job, especially you, Delbeck.
Thank
All
you
right,
very much.
I believe
Nice
next
question.
we have the cheerleaders, so we will head off to them. Thank you
All
guys.
Go Dons.
Well, we have our special guest with here. I've got the varsity cheer team. Okay, so we're going to go down the line. They're all going to introduce themselves, and then we're going to do some stunts. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Ava Belwar.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. Hi, I'm Molly. Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi, I'm Leah. Hi, I'm Charlotte.
Hi, I'm Shay.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Lexi.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi, I'm Kristen.
Hey, I'm Allie.
Hi, I'm Dylan.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, I'm Michaela. Hi, I'm Erica.
Hi, I'm Casey.
All right, guys, take it away. Oh, you have to just put it on here. All right, we're going to move on to our next thing. So I'm going to have all of you come with me.
we've seen this competition a few times before. Cheerleaders kicking field goals, but unfortunately we're not outside. So what are we gonna do this time? Cheerleaders shooting free throws. So you all are gonna get a chance to shoot free throws from our basketball hoop from the free throw line, and you will get bragging rights. Who's up first? I might have to do a second time. Okay, who made it the first time? Who made it the first time? Okay, come on up. Showdown. Keep going. Now you got to beat each other. Try now from the three-point line. Do another one. Where are they? Are they here? Okay. All right. And our winner is Charlotte Friedrich. Okay, we got one more thing left, but first, I need you guys to divide up into Regina and Rez. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, before we do our contest, you guys can throw the balls over there. I need you guys to pick a representative from your school. Okay. Andrew, grab me the t-shirts behind you. Nope, behind you. Throw this on. Throw this on. Okay, we got a big volleyball game next week, so you guys are going to fight for your glory for your school. What you're going to do is you're going to throw some Frozen t-shirts on. First one to put it on correctly with the front facing out wins. And if you win, you get to keep it. Here's yours. Here's yours. You can do whatever. Nope, it's got to be just them. Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3. These are very frozen. Oh boy. These are very frozen. Don't throw them anymore. Don't throw them anymore. Don't throw them anymore. Tear them apart. Tear them apart. Tear them apart. Tear them apart.
That's pretty frozen. There you go. Not much impact. You got lots on the ground still.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw them.
Not good. Breathe on it. Breathe on it. No, that's a terrible idea, guys.
Oh boy. No, please don't. All right, you guys want to help? Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Pull it apart. Pull it apart. Rez is starting to open theirs up. We have one opening. They're getting closer! We're almost done. We're almost done. Try and get it on. Or pull it apart. Just get it apart. Get it apart. Pull it apart. We're calling time. I'm calling winner. But you both get to keep your shirts. Molly gets to keep her shirt. Leah gets to keep her shirt. Thank you guys for participating. Make sure you watch them during halftime tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Have fun with your shirts.
Well, that was something.
That was awesome to watch.
oh
Welcome
my.
back.
Yeah, that was something. I got the look from Mr. Brokenshire over there.
Yeah, just looking out for the hardwood floors there.
This is Coach Maniscalco. He's our assistant athletic director, also our head volleyball coach. This is Mr. Brokenshire over here. He used to be the athletic assistant AD, but he now works in administration, which that pays a little bit more, doesn't it?
No, it's not about the money, Danny. Maybe a little bit more.
You sure?
Bold question.
Oh, okay.
Right off the start.
Yeah, right. Jeez.
Yeah, right off the
Coming
bat.
with the heat right away. I like it.
Yeah. So, Coach Maniscalco, you have one of your players over here.
I do. This is pretty cool.
This has been the most volleyball we've talked about on a game day because we had the Res Regina volleyball game. Of course, I had to mention that I played volleyball.
Yeah.
No,
what's interesting about Caden?
Okay.
Well, a lot of things. I would say, just for the viewers at home, not only is this guy, a big dog over here at ND Media Crew, but he was all conference in volleyball as a sophomore last year on the varsity team, and we get him for 2 more years, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Mr. Brokenshire, you've had a lot of fun getting to coach cross country and track and field.
Absolutely.
What have you missed most about it?
Honestly, the camaraderie, big time.
A little bit closer to your mouth.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
I said the camaraderie. Cross country team, bunch of fun guys, and I miss hanging out with them after school, running, getting some exercise in. So yeah, I don't know, we have fun. It's a goofy group, but really great group of guys. So.
Mr. B, so when you got your promotion to a new administrative role and you found out that Coach Maniscalco was taking your job, what were the things you told him to make sure that he was successful?
Sorry, real quick, why'd you say it like that? When he found out that he was taking your job, you put it so hard.
It didn't really happen like that.
Well, first off, I was very glad when I heard that Coach Maniscalco was going to be kind of taking my spot there. Great guy, hard worker here. I don't know. I think I told him to make it his own. Certainly listen to Coach Judy and Coach Mike, Coach Hennessy. But yeah, no, there's a lot of room for growth in that position, and just kind of make it your own.
Coach Maniscalco, talk to the viewers a little bit about some of the side jobs you've been doing. A lot of productions have come out of your office.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty fortunate where the school keeps me pretty busy. I did graduate in 2010 here from the school, so initially when I came in as the volleyball coach, I kind of just said anything I could do to help out, I'm willing to do. That's transformed in a couple different roles. Like we said, assistant athletic director, head volleyball coach, and I'm getting into graphic design and video production for the school to kind of up our marketing a little bit more. So if you notice something on social media or videos, I probably had a hand in that. Much with the help of you guys in Media Crew and some of the students. You guys keep it interesting and keep me busy.
So yeah, we see that there's a lot of new upgrades to the school. You guys kind of want to talk about any of the new upgrades to Notre Dame College Prep? I mean, I don't know if you could see it, but we have some new lights back there that just got installed to the gym.
They look great.
I know. I'm excited. If you guys want to splurge a little bit on the new upgrades.
We got some new lights in the stadium too.
Yeah, exactly. Like all that stuff.
Yeah. There's great
Very
things
nice.
happening all the time at Notre Dame College Prep. Like Hayden just mentioned, we have new lights going on. Hopefully we're going to bring some light shows to basketball games coming up. I think that'll be pretty awesome. We're obviously looking into renovations in our stadium, so stay tuned about that. Obviously the big one is the air conditioning. I know a lot of my fellow alumni are pretty upset about that. They said that it made us tough, but fortunate for you guys, we got AC in every classroom.
Yeah.
So.
Mr. Brokenshire, I don't think it's known enough about what it's like being a staff member here, particularly a classroom teacher.
Yeah.
And obviously that role's a little bit more limited now with your administrative role, but what's it like being a teacher here?
It's fun. And I say this all the time. I think, even in my current role, it's my favorite part of my job still, is being in the classroom. I don't know. There's something about kind of watching a group of kids grow and become themselves and learn and develop skills that, I don't know, it's very rewarding. Might not be always rewarding in the moment, but kind of once you see the bigger picture of what's going on, it's a lot of fun. So, like I said, favorite part of my day when I'm in the classroom.
All right. Are we ready for some predictions?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Kaden, you want to lead us off?
No. I want Coach Maniscalco to lead us off.
All right, I like that. You'll pay for that one in season, putting me on the spot right away.
All right.
Look, I feel really good about the Dons' defense lately, guys. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to claim a defensive touchdown. I do like a pick six prediction here from Randy Russ again. But I'm going to say final score 31 Notre Dame, and I'm going to say 6 DePaul Prep. final answer.
Nice. I agree with Coach here. I think it is going to be a Notre Dame defensive game today. I think the score is going to be a little bit closer. I think I'm going to go with 21-6.
Okay.
But I do think that the defense is going to shut them down. I also think special teams is going to come up surprising today for some reason. So
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see both teams coming off of the last week loss, so I feel like it's going to be kind of odd for both teams to see how it goes. So I'm going 28-14 ND. I do expect DePaul to score a little bit just because of kind of what happened last week. ND let down their defense a little bit. But as they said, defense has been on an uprise this year. I feel like it was just one bad game. So I definitely think that DePaul will put up a fight, but ND's going to come out on top with 2 scores over them.
Yeah. I don't like DePaul's defense in this game. I think that they are going to be battle-tested. I think it's going to be more like St. Viator for them. So I got the Dons up 35-14. Kind of like Caden said, I think that the defense is going to have some a little bit of struggle still carry over from last week, but I think that's coming in the first half. But they're going to figure it out at halftime, and they're going to shut it out the rest of the way.
Love it. Great. Go Dons.
Well, we got to thank these two for taking time out of their night to spend it with us, and we have to thank you, the viewers, for spending another great night with us and to cap off another great game day football season. Maybe something down the line for state playoffs, hopefully, maybe possibly.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Hey, stay tuned. And we might see a Don's playoff berth very soon. So we got the sophomore game going on right now. Make sure you go click over and check that out. And we'll be going with senior night presentations starting at about 7 o'clock for all of our producers.
Hey, hold on one second.
Wait a second.
I'd like to give a shout-out to Danny Berg. I think this will be his last high school game day in his high school career.
Yes.
Let's give it up for Danny Berg. He's put all this stuff together. Just
Always
have to give a shout-out.
Thank you.
Amazing career. Thankful to be a part of it tonight, Dan. Always remember
It's going to be a tough one for me. But I think it's not going to be as bad as what it will be for basketball because that's really going to be the last one because fight night's in the fall this year.
Yep.
So basketball is really going to be it.
Yep.
But, yeah, this nostalgia is going to come back a little bit. And I don't know if I'm ready for it yet.
Hey, enjoy every moment. Enjoy every moment. You've done a great job for all of you viewers at home. This guy's been running around like crazy the last couple of years building up this program, and we're obviously really thankful, and we're very lucky for him. So congratulations.
Thank
one of the
you.
last ones.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Danny.
For everyone here,
Thank you, kid.
for all of our staff, student activities. Thanks, Miss T. She's great. She can't hear me. Miss Mackers and Mr. Crowley upstairs. These two guys right here, all of our hosts, all of our guests for jumping on. We will see you outside in a very short period of time. Make sure you check out the sophomores. Go Dons.
Go Dons.